My last days. As I lay on my bed in the empty room, surrounded by nothing but hushed murmurs of passers-by, I can't help but reflect on my life. My last days have finally caught up with me, and I feel a deep sense of sadness and regret wash over me. My name is Nathan, and I am haunted by the ghosts of my past, the echoes of missed opportunities, the shadow of neglected bonds, the spectre of my family left behind. I grew up in a small town, nestled in the rolling hills of the countryside. I was the youngest of three siblings, born to loving parents who worked hard to provide for the family. From a young age, I was always a bit different from my siblings. I was a vibrant soul, full of energy and a taste for adventure. I lived life on the edge, always seeking the next thrill, but in my quest for excitement, I lost sight of what truly mattered: my family. I came from a loving and close-knit family, but as I grew older, I felt suffocated by the expectations and responsibilities that came with it. I longed for freedom, for a life of my own, and so I left my family behind in search of my own path. For years, I roamed the world, reckless and carefree. I indulged in every pleasure, every temptation that came my way. Heedless of the consequences, I drifted from place to place, never staying in one spot for long, never forming any lasting connections. As the years went by, I drifted further and further from my family, ignoring their calls and messages, brushing off their concern and love as I kept living my life. Despite my best effort to push them away, my family never gave up on me. They sent letters and visits, all in the hopes of bringing me back together with them. But I remained stubborn and resistant, refusing to acknowledge their efforts or the love that lay behind us. As time passed, my family began to grow weary and disheartened. They watched from afar as I struggled with my own demons, unable to reach me, unable to break through the walls I had built around myself. They longed to mend the broken bonds, to heal the wound that had festered for so long, but they knew that I would take more than their efforts alone to bring me back. One day, I received a tragic news that my mother had fallen gravely ill, a condition deteriorating rapidly. I wasn't remorseful, nor was I guilty of whatever, just like I used to. I ignored them all. I could see the pain and grief in my family's eyes as they walked away. Few weeks later, she passed away and was buried. Finally, my family gave up on me. They cut all ties with me. Meanwhile, my stubbornness and pride continued indulging me. Few months later, a sudden illness struck me down, robbing me of my vitality and strength, leaving me weak and helpless. My once vibrant spirit began to dim. The pain and fear gnawed at me, consuming me from the inside out. I watched helplessly as my body betrayed me. My once strong and eager frame now reduced to a mere shell of its former self. I found myself facing my mortality head-on, grappling with the knowledge that my time on this earth was limited. I struggled to come to terms with the idea of my own impending death. As the disease ravaged my body, I retreated further and further into myself. Now, as I face my mortality with a stark clarity that only the nearing end can bring, I am filled with a deep sense of regret. Regret for the words left unsaid, for the moments left unshared, for the love left unexpressed. regret for the time wasted in pursuit of hollow victories, for the pride that kept me from reaching out, for the walls I built that kept my family at arm's length. I find myself grappling with the realization that time is running out. The clock ticks steadily towards my final breath, towards the moment when I must face the ultimate reckoning for the choices I made, for the path I choose to walk alone. I long to turn back the hands of time, to rewrite the script of my life, to mend the broken bonds, to heal the wounds that are inflicted on those who loved me most. I yearn for a chance to ask for forgiveness, to express my gratitude, to show them that I finally understand the depth of their sacrifices and the value of their love. But the ants of fate are unyielding, and my time on earth is drawing to a close. As I reflect on the emptiness that fills the spaces where family should have been, I am consumed by a profound sense of loss and sorrow. The tears that flow down my cheeks are not only for myself, but for the pain that I caused, for the love that I rejected, for the family that I pushed away. And so, as I stand on the principle of eternity, I offer up a prayer for forgiveness, for understanding, for reconciliation. I hope that my family can find it in their hearts to forgive me, to remember the good times we share, to hold on to the memories of love that once bound us together. And as I take my last breath, I carry with me the weight of my regrets and a faint glimmer of hope that one day we may be reunited in a place where forgiveness and love knows no bound.